everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Infinity 2, the Cursed Gem. This is Milesluigi. Evil Pop-Tart still has Diabloitis, which is kind of sad. But it kind of proves the point I made. If you actually read YouTube descriptions on a previous video, I said there is a 99.7% chance of Evil Pop-Tart appearing in a video. And you all know why I said that? Just in case something like Diabloitis would come about. And I see doors on the ceiling. I'm willing to bet you that first door is probably a checkpoint door. For those who are not familiar with Super Mario Infinity, if you don't use save states, some levels are so gigantic and so humongously huge that there are... This is probably going to explain it. It looks like the exclamation point blocks will unlock the door with a lock of the same... Okay, so I was wrong this time. Okay, so we hit the pinkish... Actually, it's between pink and red. I'm willing to bet you someone who's really familiar with the color wheel will be able to tell me exactly what that color is. I'm willing to bet you, yeah, there we go. I'm really curious to see what these upside down doors really fudge mean. Oh god. Anyway, this looks like our atypical ghost house where we are... Okay, I'm not going to take that hit. Fuck that. Where we are going to, well... trial and error, because how can you tell which door is right? The only hint you might possibly have that a certain door might be right in a video game when you're in a maze like this is one door is a little bit harder to get to than the others, and oh my gosh, I pressed a giant switch. I was expecting it to say it something along the line of, "Congratulations, you have pressed the yellow switch palace. All the yellow blocks will now be spalled. Your progress will also be saved." But instead, it looks like it transported us to an entirely different area where I guess reading recreated the level upside down. So it gives the illusion that we're now upside down, and we're now able to go on the upside down doors. With the way Mario is able to jump, I'm surprised Mario doesn't just jump up to the doors and open it. What's stopping him from doing that? Game limitations. But anyway, here's we're upside down now. I personally love video games that throw you upside down. I can think of a couple of games, in particular Sonic games, like throwing the player upside down, but like a lot of platform games, the idea of throwing the guy upside down comes along pretty often, and the idea was done pretty brilliantly because I just kind of killed myself there. That was really stupid. Really dumb and full of tomfoolery. Like, I probably screwed myself. Okay, that's actually solid. Never mind. Reading, you did something correct! Well done! You deserve a pat on the back right now, but I can't get... I could kind of sort of give you a virtual pat on the back. The point I was trying to make here is the gimmick of throwing the player upside down on a level is a fairly good platforming gimmick, actually. It causes the player to have to go through a level, but experience new challenges as platforms are laid out in different orientations, and now you have to figure out how to get through those orientations you went through in an earlier point, or how to control your character while they're upside down. Now, of course, this being Super Mario World, Mario doesn't actually appear to be upside down, which is good, because we're seeing things with respect to how Mario would kind of sort of see them. Instead of having the player flip upside down, where then the player is upside down, and now we have to navigate with the player upside down, even though the player, relative to the players, is seeing everything right side up, even if everything is upside down. Am I making your head go upside down? I sincerely hope not, Sky. I think I'm making sense. I've been known to not make sense before. I think everyone's been known not to make sense. Like, there's actually a term in the IT world called jargon, which means making no sense because you're throwing a bunch of technical terms out there. Like, I can do that. I can say, like, TCAM, STP, OSPF, regulator. And you're like, what the fuck is that? I literally just threw out a bunch of tech jargon. Actually, a whole bunch of router-related jargon, and you have no idea what most of that is, probably. You might know what OSPF is, but... You might know what STP is. You might know what TCAM is. But do you actually know what that all is? You probably don't. That's all just a bunch of technical jargon to most people. Most people don't know what the hell any of those are, actually. Anyway, I kind of want to spin jump up the giant boo, but these circumstances definitely aren't working in my favor. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, giant boo. Giant boo. I actually think you're called the big boo. Who cares about this little teeny weeny technicality? Get me up here. There we go. Now we can continue with the fudge. I am eating a giant bar of fudge right now. Can't you tell? I'm eating fudge right now because Evil Pop-Tart can't because he has Diabloitis. He's in bed on his computer playing Diablo because he is sick with Diabloitis. This is a very vertical room, by the way. Here we go. Oh boy, up we go. Up we go. Oh wow, a giant platform in a ghost house that is very slowly creeping forward. That boo doesn't stop for no one. Yeah, he literally chases you when you're looking at him. Interesting. And stops chasing. Boo works in reverse of regular Boo. Conventions! Oh my gosh! Something that's breaking standard conventions and doing something new? I can't believe it! In a Mario ROM hack of all places? Oh my gosh! If you can't detect sarcasm, by the way, I pity you. But anyway, we now need to wait for the obnoxiously slow platform that's going to clip me into the spikes. Gee, thanks. With only 32 pixels and an Eerie coming at me, I could have actually used the Eerie to not have to deal with the clipping into the spikes. Let's go ahead and move forward. I could have dropped down the Tanuki Leaf and just tanked the hit, but so far, I was complaining about this ending up being a maze. This actually, either I have been taking nothing but correct paths, or this really isn't a maze. I'm not gonna say, you know, use your maze, and then all of a sudden, you know, 3 minutes later, I'm like, oh, Jesus, I am lost. Right now, we are literally in a giant pit of instant death spike. Can I small spin jump that? Thank you. Knew I'd have to do a small spin jump at some point in this ROM hack. It just hasn't come up yet, and then we run over. Oh, geez, did I end up at the beginning of the room? Okay, all I accomplished is pressing the blue block, not green block, blue block. Okay, make sure I get that right. Now we're going down! Down, down, down! Where will Mario land? Will he land on Bust, or will he land on the $5,000? Is that the top prize in Plinko again? I forgot. I think the last time I watched Price is Right was... Oh, jeez, I don't even remember. It's something I used to watch a lot when I was a kid, because I'd be babysat, and my grandparents would watch Price is Right. I think last time I watched it, Drew Carey was the host, so it wasn't like ridiculously long ago, but I can't spin jump off these guys. I'm gonna have to run jump this, or I might have to fly. I'm surprised I didn't die. But it's not something I really paid too close attention to. Anyway. Off we go. I'm surprised I didn't die. That time I'm not... Surprise! You're dead! What do you want for birthday, Billy? I wanna die! For Christmas this year, I wanna die, Santa! Santa blows his face off with an axe. I believe that's a topic that appeared up on an earlier video too. I am going to reference earlier videos. Can you remember which part of Let's Play Super Mario Infinity 2 The Cursed Gem we talked about Santa Claus clawing someone's face off? We talked about it during one part, I know that for certain. It was me and Evil Pop-Tart. I forgot which part though. So can you answer this trivia question of the day, this Let's Play? Find out, because the answer might already be in the comment section below! That'd be funny if, like, 10 years down the future, YouTube is something completely different, but, you know, because of internet archiving or something like this, somebody's watching this video. Or even 100 years in the future where English is really different and someone's studying, you know, past English and decides to study past English by watching Mario ROM hacks. It's like, oh my gosh, these people, back then, their English, it's so much different! I can't believe it! These people, you know, they might be using, let's just say Google still exists for some reason. They're using Google Gabadada. And Google Gabadada basically lets them do stuff even when they're sleeping. That's the new Google technology. It allows you to stay productive while you are sleeping. Can you believe that? You can work while you sleep! It's brilliant! And I was tempted to either divert into saying it's brilliant or it's death, but I chose it's brilliant. Vote down below! You really can't vote on an individual decision. Like this video! And merely by saying that, someone's going to dislike this video. Someone already hit that dislike button probably because I said that. And you know what? I can't really say very much on that. Because I can't control free will. Anyway... Island Fortress. Oh, wow, that ghost house took quite a bit of time. I'm just about to say, we'll go ahead and take care of the Island Fortress, unless the Island Fortress ends up being another big black hole level. I'm still awaiting the big black hole levels of Mega Doom, and it looks like we have ourselves a line guide here. Good old-fashioned block snake. Couple of good obstacles. I'm willing to bet you this block snake's path actually hasn't been technically changed. We're just in a different environment, so as a result the obstacles changed, but the path itself, I forgot which castle this is. This is like the first block path you run into his path, though, if I'm remembering correctly in Super Mario World. This fire is potable, more specifically. I do not want to die to his fiery essence. I prefer to live as most creatures generally do. The only people who prefer to die are people who commit suicide, and I really shouldn't make a suicide joke, by the way, so we're just gonna leave it at that, shall we? Oh, at this point, I'd wait for Evil Pop Tart to make a witty comment, but he has Diabloitis. I know you watch these videos, Evil Pop Tart, and I just want to say to you, please get better soon. Because while I'm really good at rattling off stuff, sometimes I just run out. On the bright side, I did have a story prepared today, so I want to go ahead and get to the story prepared. It wasn't really a long story, it was more sort of me just wanting to say DRM sucks, DRM sucks. I specifically, like, I didn't buy Diablo 3 well, first off, I frankly don't have any experience with Diablo, so that's the main reason why I didn't purchase it. But as I understand, Diablo 3 has, like, you know, you have to authenticate with Essential Service to play offline type of DRM. And I really wished when that first appeared, I forgot which game that appeared in, when that first appeared it wouldn't catch on, but apparently it keeps catching on. That type of DRM is horrible for one specific reason only. Let's just say 10 or 100 years in the future, you know, those funny speaking people, 100 years in the future, they want to do a case study on Diablo 3. But now they can't play it, because the central authentication servers don't exist 100 years in the future, so now they can't play a Diablo 3. Hopefully a crack for Diablo 3 has come out by then. I sure to God hope so. But I'm just about to say, I'm probably just echoing to the choir here that that type of DRM is absolutely horrible and should not exist. Part of the fun to a video game, like if you truly love a video game, you might start modifying the game perhaps. And I'm just going to tank this hit. What the hell? I don't feel like trying to get through all this. There's probably going to be more, but oh, I jumped right into that one. Great job, Milesluigi. The point I'm trying to make here, let's just take Super Mario World for an example. The only DRM I think Super Mario World might have had was just a simple cartridge, Mario and Luigi, it's the natives again. We decided to put another cryptic message here. It's probably going to be about Dark Millennius or Dark Merlinus. We're using all of our power to tell you everything. Mario says, look at this. It's some kind of, The Veningians were helping Bowser and were hidden in base when it exploded. They were wiped out. Bowser and his army escaped into the gem. He's planning his revenge. And he is hiding somewhere. Since we can observe some of the gem, we know that you could reach it by finding a castle. We're not sure where it is either. Oh boy. One more thing. Bowser hooked the gem up to his explosives when you went in there? He didn't know the gem's power would make the explosion destroy the world. He didn't know the power that he had. He thought the explosion would just destroy the castle and kill you. Aw, Bowser wants to kill me. I feel so loved. That's all. Good luck on your adventure. Okay, it looks like we have to go to a castle. How about that? Anyway, the point I was trying to make is I think Super Mario World might have had like a cartridge thing on it. Like, take for example Earthbound. Earthbound had like something that detected whether it was being played on a ROM or it was actually playing on something that can be reprogrammed. And if it detected that it could be played on something reprogrammed, the whole game like changed. And at various points your save game would be deleted. If you somehow made it to the end of the game, your entire save game would be deleted in the final boss during a really creepy moment of the final boss. It's actually quite epic, and the enemy spawn rate is like 3 times. That's the type of DRM I can support, is DRM that just makes the game harder and more interesting and stuff like that, because yeah, Mother 2 or Earthbound's DRM system was actually very brilliant, and the case study of a DRM system that I actually enjoyed, because its DRM system didn't really punish legitimate users, it only punished pirates. And the type of DRM systems I can export, I don't even really call it DRM. You know, lock your games down with simple keys. Yeah, sure, a key gem's going to be made in a week, but you want to know what? Consumers can put in keys, and it doesn't fuck them over, and typically, unless you decide to totally package up your game files in super duper encrypted files, your game's also modifiable. You do not know how much fun I've had playing Medal of Honor Allied Assault Spearhead, because a lot of people played that game, and it was client-side moddable. There's lots of examples of games that are client-side moddable. I'm sure that can sometimes give someone an unfair advantage online, but either way, my point stands, and I know I'm speaking to the crowd that DRM's a bad thing, and games should be just protected with, you know, keys. You know, you get the game, you have the key, you put in the key, boom, you're allowed to play the game. And maybe there's authentication servers when you play online, that makes sense. But anyway, on the next episode of Let's Play Super Mario Infinity 2, The Cursed Gem, will Evil Pop-Tart be finally done with Diabloitis? I'm not entirely certain. We're going to go ahead and take a sneak peek at what's on the other side of the Star Road. As we see, we are... Where the fudge are we? We will learn where the fudge we are next time. See ya!